Oh my, this is huge news for anyone involved in investing. If you're ready to get investing, this is crazy. Charles Schwab has just announced they're going to be starting the 7th of October, commissions-free investing. So normally, they charge a commission fee for every transaction you did. You'd have to pay a certain fee. In Charles Schwab case, it was $4.95 per transaction. Now, they are eliminating that completely. That is crazy news. It's something I found relatively inevitable. Competitor Robinhood, obviously. I knew it since the start of Robinhood that this would be the trend that other companies are going to have to follow to stay competitive. The reason that a lot of younger investors get attracted to companies like Robinhood would be the fact that it's no commission fees on that, and you can start with any dollar amount. And that's what absolutely Charles Schwab is going after. I think they're going after the more younger investor type audience who isn't going to be interested in paying those transaction fees for every transaction. Because why would you? I don't blame them. It's going to be real interesting to see how this goes. I don't currently own a Charles Schwab account. I will say after this news, there's a decent chance that I open one up, at least to just learn about this. I already have a couple different accounts. I don't want to get too crazy, get too many open. I think this is a trend that will continue with other ones, other companies too, so it might be worth just sitting out, letting see how it goes, see how companies react as a result. Obviously, though, the news went ahead and shook the market pretty hard in terms of other traders who are publicly traded. So TD Ameritrade took a 25% hit today. Rough, down 25%. That is wild. Down 25% is a big number. So pretty much that puts them now negative on the year just because of today. So that's pretty rough. Today hurt them pretty hard. So let's forget about today for TD Ameritrade stock. E-Trade got hit 16.4%. Hit hard. Very hard. And guess what? Even Charles Schwab stock down 9%. Now this one, obviously, is big news for the company, but the main reason for this downward move as far as Charles Schwab stock is concerned, obviously it's not necessarily investors thinking that the business is going to grow because of this. They're thinking more short term how they think this is going to affect the bottom line. So how is it going to affect their revenue because they're not charging these commission fees? How's it going to affect their profit because they're not charging these commission fees? It's obviously a perfectly valid concern, and it certainly will have an impact. From what I'm reading from the executives at Charles Schwab, they're saying this should only be an impact of 4 to 6%, somewhere around that range in terms of revenue. I find that a little bit crazy, but again, it is a pretty small transaction fee. And a lot of people with that transaction fee, they're not going to be making a lot of trades. So it isn't necessarily a big money getter for them. And that simply makes sense. I mean, why would you make a lot more transactions if you're having to pay for every transaction instead of just making bulk transactions so that way you pay less in terms of those fees? Just makes sense. And it's going to be pretty exciting starting the 7th. We'll see what happens. Yeah, again, I'm going to go ahead and see exactly what I'm going to plan on doing here. So I've been looking to get into more of a professional type broker, I want to say. Obviously, I like Robinhood a lot. I currently use Robinhood platform and a couple others. But it'd be interesting to have one of these more, well-known, well-respected companies. Obviously, Robinhood's working its way up there, making it well-known, well-respected, and you see this with the impact that it's had on Charles Schwab here, making them change what they've had forever were commission fees. And they went ahead and changed it. But obviously, Charles Schwab has advisors, information like specific ETFs, Roth IRAs. They also offer bonds, CDs, Let's see, money management accounts. So Charles Schwab's pretty well rounded in terms of that. There are a lot of places where Robinhood I don't believe is. Does this mean they might include a subscription type service like Robinhood Gold has? I don't know how that's going to look in the future, but overall, I think this is super exciting news. If you're not in the market already, this is definitely an opportunity to get involved. I think it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting news, especially for newer investors. You can go ahead and get involved. There's no minimum for you. You don't have to worry about paying commission fees on any small transactions. You just go right for it and enjoy. That being said, keep an eye out. See what happens in the future for other companies. Thank you.